What's up? What's up, motherfucker?
Hold up, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
People that are in those training rooms with him know how good.
Because he just knocks dudes out real quick in the first round.
Yeah, but now we're gonna get a good. I might fuck with this guy. He just, to me, I thought he was a con artist, just based off his look.
They're edge.
Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Thursday, February 10th, 2022. Excuse me. Have a big show planned for you guys today. Got a big slate of NBA games to break down today. Also, we'll talk about some college basketball. We'll talk about the Super Bowl some. It's got a lot of stuff going on today to talk about. Before we get started, don't forget, we're live Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. I know it's 2 o'clock. We had a delayed start today. Doctors have started me on some new medicine that kicking my ass and causing me a few problems. How to get that taken care of. We'll be back at 1 p.m. Eastern starting tomorrow, and that'll be our regular schedule, 1 p.m. Eastern. We're also live 7 p.m. Eastern, Monday, Wednesday, Friday with GSR Gonzo Sports Room, our sports talk show. We've done an episode last night. Go check it out. We'll be live again tomorrow, 7 p.m. You can find both those shows on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. You can also find both those shows, GSR Gonzo Sports Room and Easy Money, a sports betting show, on in podcast form: Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Also, we have a new weekly podcast out, GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room. Go check it out. New episodes drop every Sunday at 9 a.m. You can find that most places you listen to podcasts: Apple Podcast, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast. Also, you can find the video version on YouTube. If you'd like to watch the video version of it, it drops on YouTube every Sunday at 9 a.m. As well. So I highly recommend you check that out. GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room. We also do GWR live shows where we do live interviews of pro wrestlers and stuff like that. Those are on different days. They're all TBA, but we always put stuff out on our social media to advertise when those are going to be. We also do professional wrestling and stream live shows. And again, you can find all that information on our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where I post everything about our shows, whether it's Easy Money, a sports betting show, GSR Gonzo Sports Room, or GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room. Everything goes to our social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Gonzo Sports Room. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. Just had a new Easy Money shirt, Easy Money, a sports betting show shirt dropped on Saturday. Go check it out. We have a couple new GWR shirts on there. A new GSR shirt will be coming out here real soon. Working on the final touches on that, so that should be out hopefully here one day this weekend. If not, it'll be one day next week. Also, don't forget, this Saturday, February 12th, we will be in Indianapolis, Indiana, live at Thunder or Blunder 2. You don't want to miss this professional wrestling show. It's like the Super Bowl of independent wrestling is what the promoter of Thunder Blunder 2, Walter Buckley, is shooting for. That has a great card. Almost every match on this card, there's 14 or 15 matches on this card. Every match on this card could be a main event if it was on a different show. So it's going to be a great night of wrestling, great night of entertainment. Come join us, Thunder Blunder 2, at the Outlaw Arena on Kentucky Avenue, Indianapolis, Indiana. Tickets are $15 to get in. You can't beat it. If you can't make it to Indianapolis on Saturday, February 12th, don't worry. GWR, we have you covered. You can watch the show live on our YouTube and Twitch channels, as we'll be live streaming the show, doing live commentary. Hopefully, maybe even have some interviews. So come join us live on our YouTube and Twitch channels at Gonzo Sports Room. Saturday, February 12th. The show starts at 6 o'clock. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you join us for that. All right. I say let's dive into some sports here. Go set up real quick. All right. We'll jump into some sports here. First game we'll start with the NBA. My picks yesterday went 4-3. I was let me look at it real quick. I was 3-2 in my NBA picks yesterday, and then I was 1-1 in college basketball yesterday. I had Rutgers upsetting Ohio State. It did happen. Houston lost to SMU, and then I went 1-1 in college basketball yesterday. 4-3 on the day. Not a great day, but hey, it was still a winning day. And, that's what it's all about, is having sure we have a winning day. All right, first game we have today is the Memphis Grizzlies at the Detroit Pistons. The Grizzlies are 11-point favorites in this game. They're minus 670 on the money line. The Pistons are plus 490 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 224.5. The Grizzlies are 33-18 on the season. and the Pistons are 12-42 on the season. The Grizzlies are actually kind of a surprise team this year. I think people expected them to be better after the way they played last year, but I don't think anybody expected them to be as good as they are. Right now, I think they're the third best team in the West, uh, and they keep proving it's not a fluke. John Morant is playing at a high All Star level. I was glad to see that he got a starting nod in the All Star game. He deserves it. But the Grizzlies are 33-18 on the season. The Pistons are 12-42 on the season. The Grizzlies have been the hottest team since Christmas. They have the most wins in the NBA since Christmas. They're the third highest scoring team in the NBA since Christmas at 117 points per game. They've won 4 of their last 5 games by an average of 19 points, and they've won 10 of their last 12 games versus the Eastern Conference. The Pistons they're the worst team in the league. They're dead last in the East. They're 1-9 in their last 10. They struggle on both sides of the floor, especially offensively. I usually don't lay big numbers. You guys that watch the show know I usually don't lay a big number, but I'm going to lay the minus. I'm going to lay the 11 points with the Memphis Grizzlies tonight against the Detroit Pistons. I like the under the 224.5. Just I can see the Grizzlies scoring a lot, but I just don't see the Pistons scoring a whole lot of points. I like the under the 224.5 in this game as well. All right, next game is the Brooklyn Nets at the Washington Wizards. The Nets are 3.5, or excuse me, the Wizards are 3.5 point favorites at home. They're minus 162 on the money line. The Nets are plus 136 at home, or plus 136 on the road, and it's very, like I said, over is at 218. The Nets have lost 9 straight. Excuse me, Nets are 29-25. Wizards are 24-29. The Nets have lost 9 straight. Rumors are that James Harden wants out. Durant's hurt. Kyrie can only play on road games. They've just been kind of a mess, and they just haven't been able to get anything going without Kevin Durant on the floor. The Wizards are 24-29. They've lost 9 of their last 10 games. They've lost Bradley Beal for the rest of the season. It's a big deal when you lose your best player for the rest of the season. But the Wizards have been playing better without Beal than what the Nets have been playing without Durant. I lean toward the Brooklyn Nets in this game, or not, excuse me, the Washington Wizards in this game at the minus 162 on the money line. They're messing with the 3.5 points. And I would lean toward the under the 218 in this game. Next game we have is the Miami Heat at New Orleans Pelicans. The Heat are 4-point favorites in this game. They're minus 174 on the money line. The Pelicans are plus 146 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 217.5. The Heat are 35-20 on the season. Pelicans are 22-32 on the season. The Heat have a strong defense, one of the best defenses in the league. They've held teams the last 3 or 4 games under 100 points or less. They're getting Tyler Hero back, which is a big deal. He's one of their best scorers. The Pelicans just made a trade for McCollum. He could make his Pelican debut tonight. Pelicans are on a 4-game winning streak. So they got off to a rough start, but they have been playing better as of late. But I just don't think they're going to have enough to beat the Heat, especially getting Hero back. I like the Heat here at the minus 4. And I like the under the 217.5 in this game. I think the Pelicans are going to struggle to score against this Miami Heat defense. That's one thing that they have is a pretty elite defense. They play great team defense, which is something you don't see a whole lot of anymore in the NBA. But they do play team defense. All right, we'll go. Next game we have is the Toronto Raptors at the Houston Rockets. The Raptors are 7-point favorites. They're minus 295 on the money line. Houston is a plus 240 home underdog. And the over-under for this game is set at 223.5. The Raptors are 30-23 on the season. Rockets are 15-39. The Raptors are another team that plays good team defense. The Raptors have won 7 in a row. They've been on a roll here. Like I said, the Rockets are 15-39. They've lost 3 in a row. They're 1-7 in their last 8. The Rockets are not a good team. They're one of the worst teams in the West. I like the Raptors in this game at the -7. Over under 223.5. I would lead toward the under on this game just because of the Raptors' defense. I think Houston's going to struggle to score a lot of points. Okay, next game is the Los Angeles Clippers at the Dallas Mavericks. The Mavericks are 6.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 250 on the money line. Clippers are plus 205 on the money line. Over under is 215.5. Normally, I would say this has the potential to be a good game, but the Clippers are not very good this year, and the Mavs are battling some injuries, a couple big injuries to the Mavs. So this game could go a number of ways. The Clippers are 27-29 on the season. They're on a 2-game losing streak, and their defense has been terrible. They gave up over 130 points their last 2 games. The Mavs are 32-23 on the season. Porzingis is out, Hardaway's out. So that's going to put a lot more pressure on Doncic and Burnett to perform. I don't think Doncic's going to have a problem, but I kind of worry about the supporting cast and the Mavs' depth. But the Clippers, without Kawhi, I think Paul George might be back. But just the injuries they've battled and their inconsistency on defense and offense, they just have not been a very good team at all this season. I'll lean toward the Mavericks here at the -6.5. And I like the over the 215.5. I love the over the 215.5. Like I said, Clippers don't play great defense, and the Mavs are not known for their defense as well. So both these teams can score some points. And like I said, the Clippers have been giving up 135 points a game. So I could see them having some issues during this game. Next game, to me, is going to be the game of the night. You got 2 of the best teams in the entire NBA, not just in the West or not just in the East. 2 of the best teams in the entire NBA. Because you have the Milwaukee Bucks against the Phoenix Suns. The Suns are 3.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 154 on the money line. The Bucks are plus 130 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 233. The Bucks are 35-21 on the season. The Suns are 44-10. The Bucks have won 8 of their last 10 games. The Bucks are finally healthy. At the beginning of the season, they started out with quite a few injuries, and Giannis missed some games. Some of their big stars missed some games. Now they're fully healthy, and they've been playing a lot better. They've won 8 of their last 10 games. They're 35-21 on the season. The Suns have won 14 of their last 15 games. They've been good all season. Devin Booker is just straight balling. Chris Paul doing Chris Paul things, being a great leader. This is going to be a fun game to watch. I like the Suns here at the -3.5. But instead of that, I think I would take it at the money line and not have to worry about giving up any point. I could see this being a 1 or 2 point game coming down right to the end. I like the Suns at the -154 on the money line. And I like the. I would lean toward the under the 233. All right. Next game we have is the New York Knicks at the Golden State Warriors. Golden State are 9.5-point favorites at home. They're minus 450 on the money line. New York Knicks are plus 350 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 218. The Knicks are 24-31 on the season. The Warriors are 41-14. The Knicks are 7-12 since the beginning of 2022. They're 1-8 on the road since the beginning of 2022. The Warriors are coming off a loss to the Jazz last night. The Warriors are 14-7 since the New Year in 2022. Warriors are just getting stronger, getting healthier. They got Klay Thompson back. They're getting a couple of their bench players back yesterday. I think Draymond Green will be back here real soon, so they're getting healthier. And as they get healthier, they're going to be even a more dangerous team than what they are. I think the Warriors are the team to beat the NBA this year. I think it's between them and the Suns in the West. I see the Warriors coming out of the West to be competing for the NBA title this year. I like the Warriors in this game. No, I'm not a people watch the show. No, I'm not a fan of giving up 9.5 points in the NBA. I think it's too many points to give up. But I just don't see the Knicks being able to score with the Warriors. So, I can see the Warriors pulling away in this game. I lean toward the minus 9.5 with the Warriors. I like the over the 218 in this game. All right, it looks to be all the NBA games for today. Let's look at a couple prop bets here for the NBA real quick before we move on. Here at the Nets and Wizards game, you can get Kyrie to have 5+ assists and Brooklyn to win. Of course, they have that lock right now, so I can't tell you the odds. So that didn't work out like I thought it was. See if we can. Okay, down here we can do the Milwaukee Bucks against the Suns, which I think is going to be the game of the night. Let's look at some of the player performance bets. They have player performance doubles here. Chris Paul to have a double-double and Phoenix to win. You can get that at plus 142. Giannis to have a double-double and Milwaukee to win is at plus 196. I really like that. If you think that Milwaukee's going to win this game, I think that's a great bet. Giannis is probably going to have a double-double. He usually has double-double in points and rebounds almost every game. So I really like that. Plus 196. You get a lot of good value there. Jay Crowder to have 10+ points and Phoenix to win. Get that at plus 220. Chris Paul to have fewer or more 3-pointers and Phoenix to win at plus 245. Devin Booker with 32+ points and Phoenix to win. I like that. I would sprinkle something on that as well. You get great value on that at plus 320. These player performance doubles I'm talking about, this is off FanDuel Sportsbook. They got a lot of different things that you can bet on there. All right, let's take a look at some college basketball real quick. All right, college basketball today, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern, you have Mount St. Mary's against Wagner. Wagner's a 7.5-point favorite at home. They're minus 330 on the money line. Mount St. Mary is plus 260 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 128. Also at 5 p.m., you have William and Mary against Tucson. Tucson's a 16.5-point favorite in that game. Also have Georgia Southern at Appalachian State. This game starts at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Appalachian State's a 6.5-point favorite. They're minus 265 on the money line. Georgia Southern is plus 215 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 127. Bryant at Sacred Heart starts at 7 p.m. tonight. Bryant is a 5.5-point favorite. You have Ohio at Central Michigan in a MAC battle, as Ohio is a 13.5-point favorite in that game. That game starts at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. Arkansas State at Troy. Troy's a 2.5-point favorite at home, minus 154 on the money line. Arkansas State's plus 28 on the money line. Over-unders 137.5. You have Illinois, Chicago versus Cleveland State. Cleveland State's a 9.5-point favorite. Southern Miss at UAB. UAB is a 23.5-point favorite in that game. Georgia State at Coastal Carolina. Georgia State's a 2.5-point favorite and a minus 140 on the road. And that's also at 7 p.m. You have Mercer versus VMI. So you don't have none like the great big rivalry battles tonight. There is a couple games in here I like. I like Troy money line against Arkansas State. I also like VMI over Mercer on the money line. Couple college basketball games I like for this evening. There's a little bit of hockey going on tonight, as you have the Columbus Blue Jackets against the Buffalo Sabres. The Blue Jackets are 1.5-point favorites on the puck line, minus 111 on the money line. The Sabres are minus 108 on the money line. So this game's close to a pick 'em. The over-under for this game's at 6.5. I like the over the 6.5 in this game. Staying away from the side. You got the Carolina Hurricanes at the Boston Bruins. The Hurricanes are minus 1.5 on the puck line, minus 152 money line. The Bruins are plus 126 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 5.5. As you have the Bruins as a home dog here. I like Boston in this game being at home, and I like the over the 5.5. You have the Washington Capitals at the Montreal Canadiens. Capitals are minus 1.5 on the puck line, minus 225 money line. Canadians are plus 180 money line. Over under for this game is set at 6. I lean toward the Capitals in this game at the minus 1.5 on the puck line. Got the Pittsburgh Penguins at the Ottawa Senators. The Penguins are minus 1.5 on the puck line, minus 225 money line. The Senators are plus 184 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 6.5. I lean toward Pittsburgh at the minus 1.5 on the puck line, and I like the over the 6.5. The New Jersey Devils at the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis Blues are minus 1.5 on the puck line, minus 265 money line. The Devils are plus 215 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 6.5. I like the St. Louis Blues at the minus 1.5 on the puck line. The Tampa Bay Lightning at the Colorado Avalanche. This game's a pick 'em. Should be a great game. I'm going with Colorado Avalanche at home and the over the 6.5. And then last hockey game of the night, you have the Toronto Maple Leafs at the Calgary Flames. The Maple Leafs are minus 1.5 on the puck line, minus 142 on the money line. The Flames are a road underdog at plus 118 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 6.5. I like the Maple Leafs money line on this game, and I would go the under the 6.5. All right, that's all the hockey. All the hockey games that we have right now. Let's see what we have going on in. Take a look at the Super Bowl real quick. See if any of the odds have changed for it. Nope, they still have the Rams as 4-point favorites. Minus 198 on the money line. Bengals are plus 166 on the money line. Over under is still at 48.5. So it's been holding stable pretty much for almost a couple weeks now. Thought it might change a little bit as we get closer to the Super Bowl, which I still think it will. I think it'll start changing some Friday and then especially Saturday morning, as more and more money come in on this game. I like the Bengals in this game. I've been saying it. I think Joey B and the Bengals are hot right now, and the belief they have that they're going to win. I think that's one of the keys. But the biggest key to this game is going to be that the offensive and defensive line. If the Bengals let Aaron Donald and Von Miller and the rest of that Rams defensive line take over the game and cause chaos, then it could be a long day for the Bengals. But with that being said, we've seen Joe Burrow under pressure, getting his head knocked off, and still somehow stay in there and make the throw that he needs to make to win the games and to move the ball down the field. I mean, we watched him get sacked 9 times in a playoff game. 9 times. Actually 11. 2 of them didn't count because of penalty, but 9 times in a playoff game against Tennessee Titans, division round this year. And somehow he still won that game. He was there at the end. Somehow he was there at the end of the game, able to stay in the pocket long enough to make the throws that he needs to make. But then we saw the Chiefs game. I think he only got sacked, a couple times? I think Mahomes actually might have got sacked more than what Burrow did in that game, which is a big surprise, especially because the Bengals weren't even blitzing Mahomes a lot of times. A lot of times they were using a 3-man front and dropping everybody back in coverage. But whatever the Bengals did in the second half of that game, they had the Chiefs all screwed up. And I think we're going to see something like that in this game. If the Bengals can stay competitive in the first half, I think the Bengals will come out in the second half and find a way to win this game. I think Joey B is going to get his first Super Bowl, become one of the first QBs ever to be a number 1 draft pick and win the Super Bowl in the first 2 seasons. Like I said, there's a lot of prop bets you can get on here. Hell, you can bet the coin toss. You can bet the Keller and Gatorade. I mean, you can bet all kinds of different shit when it comes to the Super Bowl. You can bet the score. We'll take a look over here real quick. Maybe take a look at a few of these prop bets that they have. Let's see. Super Bowl MVP. Matthew Stafford is the favorite to get the MVP at plus 125. Burrow is the next favorite at plus 230. Cooper Kupp at plus 550. Aaron Donald at plus 1500. Jamar Chase at plus 2500. And OBJ at plus 2700. I like Joey Burrow here at the plus 230. I think he's going to have a big game, and I think the Bengals are going to win, and usually the MVP is going to be on the winning team. You can bet the position of the MVP award winner. You can take Stafford versus the field. You can bet that the Super Bowl MVP is going to be on the losing team, which I don't know how many times that's ever happened. Some Super Bowl specials. We talked about this one yesterday. Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp to combine for 200 plus rushing yards. That's still holding right at plus $1. Earlier in the week, you could get that at plus 115. You get featured match specials. There's a coin toss. Get minus 104 on both heads or tails. You can pick who's going to win the coin toss call result. Coin toss winner wins game. There's a lot, and there's so many different props on this. There's game props, QB prop. Both teams to score a touchdown on their opening drive. Yes is at plus 1120. Those at minus 1800. Either team to score a touchdown on their opening drive. Number of plays in the first touchdown drive. Longest touchdown scored. Shortest touchdown scored. Los Angeles Rams to score the first touchdown. Like I said, you can bet on about anything when it comes to the Super Bowl. I recommend getting on there on whatever sports book you use and looking at the different prop bets they have. Because honestly, I think that's where your bigger chance to make money is than betting a side, unless you like the Bengals because you're getting plus money there. But there really is no value in taking the Rams on a side unless you parlay it maybe with a couple prop bets. But like I said, you can get play props. Either team to score on their first offensive play, you get a plus 4,300. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can bet on here. Down props, which team will have the most first downs. Final scoring play be a touchdown, a field goal, or a safety. You not scoring play to be a final scoring play to be a field goal at plus 128, touchdown minus 164. Player to score the first points in the game. Like I said, I'll get on there. Look, you can find a lot of value in a lot of these props. We'll be going through a lot of these props on Friday, in the Friday show before the Super Bowl here. Actually, tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to be going through a bunch of the props. I'll be giving out the ones that I like the best. But all right, let's get to my picks. My picks of the day for today. All right, I like the Grizzlies minus 11 against the Detroit Pistons. I like the Miami Heat minus 4 over the Pelicans. I like the Raptors minus 7 against the Houston Rockets. I like the Clippers and Mavs over 215.5. I like the Phoenix Suns money line against the Milwaukee Bucks. I like the Warriors and Knicks over 218. And then in college basketball, I like Troy money line and VMI money line. I think that's what, eight picks, I think. To recap, college basketball, I like Troy money line, VMI money line. NBA, I like the Knicks and Warriors over 218. The Phoenix Suns money line. The Los Angeles Clippers and Dallas Mavericks over 215.5. The Toronto Raptors minus 7. The Miami Heat minus 4. And the Memphis Grizzlies minus 11. That's my picks of the day. There, I get my picks for today. Picks of the day for today. All right, let's before we get out of here, don't forget we're live Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. We're also live Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room, our sports talk show. You can find both those shows live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We're also live on you can also find both those shows in podcast form on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. Also, we have our new podcast out at GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room. It's a weekly pro wrestling podcast. It drops every Sunday at 9 a.m. You can find that on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. About anywhere you listen to podcasts, you can find it. Also, you can find the video version of GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room weekly podcast on YouTube. It also drops on YouTube every Sunday at 9 a.m. New episode just dropped both on the podcast network and YouTube this past Sunday. I highly recommend you go listen to it. You won't be disappointed. Please follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. That's where we post everything about all of our shows, whether it be our daily picks from Easy Money, a sports betting show, whether it be daily picks from Easy Money, a sports betting show, or whether it be about or interview announcements or just any announcements about our show. You can find all that on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. Also, check out our YouTube page. Please hit that subscribe button. We have a lot of content on our YouTube page. Whether you're a sports fan, a pro wrestling fan, a UFC fan, you can find something on our YouTube page that you're going to like. We have like 8 or 9 independent pro wrestling shows that we've went and live streamed and done live commentary for. Go check those out. There's been WWE Hall of Famers on some of them shows. A lot of young, great independent talent has been on them shows, so go check that out. Also, check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. We have t-shirts available, hats, hoodies, a lot of different stuff on there. We have a couple new GWR shirts that are on there. A new Easy Money shirt that just dropped on Saturday that's on there. So go check it. Go check that out. Get you some GWR, GSR, and Easy Money gear. You can see some of our t-shirts here behind me. I did have a question. I just saw the comment. Did you see the NBA trade? No, I haven't. I haven't seen the NBA trade yet. To be honest with you, I haven't watched any TV or been on the phone much this morning, other than getting ready for the show. So I will look into that when we go off air, and that'll be something that we will talk about tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. on GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Don't forget, this Saturday night, GWR and GSR will be live in Indianapolis, Indiana, for Thunder or Blunder 2. It's an independent professional wrestling show. This promoter has put together a show to try to be like the Super Bowl of independent wrestling, doing it the night before the NFL Super Bowl, February 12th. Bell times at 6 p.m. Eastern at the Outlaw Arena, Kentucky Avenue, Indianapolis, Indiana. Thunder Blunder 2. Walt Beasley, Walter Buckley, the promoter of Thunder Blunder 2, has put together a great show. There's like 14 or 15 matches on this card. Every match to be a main event on a regular show. I mean, you're gonna have Jake Oman there. You're gonna have the ladies' man Mike King, Blake Money Wright, Dalton Love, Aaron Atlas, Dex Royal, Big Whiskey, Jared Cripp. I know I'm leaving. Oh, Brett Havoc. I'm leaving out a lot. Okay, that's what the big trade was he was talking about. We'll definitely be talking about that tomorrow night on 7. I guess there's been a trade, Harden for Simmons. So Harden to the 76ers to team up with Embiid. Simmons to the Nets, which I think that's good for Simmons as well. So, we'll definitely be talking about that tomorrow on GSR at 7 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you join us for that. Like I said, big show Saturday night. Bell times at 6. Come join us. If you can't make it to Indy, we got GSR, GWR. We have you covered, as we'll be streaming the event live on our YouTube and Twitch channels at Gonzo Sports Room. So come join us. You'll be able to watch this event live commentary. It's going to be a big night of action, so you don't want to miss that. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. We will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern for Easy Money, a sports betting show. And we'll also see you tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern for GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Hope everybody's having a great week. We're almost to Super Bowl weekend, not much further to go. And tomorrow on Easy Money, we'll break down more of the Super Bowl. And Friday we'll be talking about the Super Bowl a lot, going through all these prop bets and other ways that you can make money off the Super Bowl. Thanks for joining us. We will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Have a great day. Peace.